Well, greetings. Thank you for joining us for tonight's broadcast brought to you by Fifth Dimension. Now, I just posted some stuff from the Rabbit that's going to be probably released this weekend on the energy at the moment, or maybe this Friday, we'll see. Maybe tomorrow. I don't know. It's coming, that's all I can say. So, I think that's issue 9, I think. So, the Angel of 12 is here still, so it might bring in some energy that's been pretty popular recently. So, when they came in a while ago, their telepathic, I woke up at 6 o'clock in the morning, something like that, connected more to telepathic energies, more than I'm used to. Basically, I can feel there's a lot of blockages among people, obviously, but also realize you can block others out of your mind. So as more or aware as even exists, it will not everybody's meant to open it up just yet, because it's like a highway into the mind, but it doesn't mean you can't down the road if you want to. Some don't want to know so much, so I would expect it to open up over time, but for those that wish to develop it, let's put it that way. So in soul development, it's just a lot of areas of soul understanding and connecting to others. So once again, there's a lot of fear going on. Like, most people don't trust their energy fields, alien fields, whatever it is, matrix understanding. They're just being a program for right now. But those days are going to come to an end where this is all going to wave into society. More advancement of understanding, and even connecting more to the alien presence here, and why this is the way it is. Why isn't there any alien presence here, physically? There can be. We're not that stupid. It can be here. And obviously, I went to this yesterday, there's a lot of negative beings here. And you can say that's technically what most society is pulling in. To a degree, not knowing it, you say it's tricked into it, because there's a lot of fear. There's a lot of distrust, even with channelings, whatever it might be. There's a distrust of who's here. And yeah, there are a lot of negative sources here, but there's also positive. But the negative ones kind of reign over our society. You don't have to look far. It's everywhere. Media, Hollywood. You don't have to go far. But to unlock it is possible. Do I have all the answers? No. But basically, it's like healing the fear. And why it is part of manipulation. Realize also we can't interfere with Illuminati manipulations too. It's like if you're used to society, you might not like your social life, or society might not like its social life, but it's used to it, so it keeps it that way. It's like we're not really into change. If you can, change is hard, right? Hurts. Can. I mean, if you start offering aliens, positive or negative, the negative ones might come first. You never know. Technically, they're already here. A lot of people aren't really into that, into their social lives. But does that mean it can't happen? So it's like it's not ready to have a positive experience, because you're already technically having a negative experience. Just look at the world as it is. So yeah, so people are pulling in alien energies, but it's more of the negative. Just look at the world. Just look at it. It's just a vicious place, isn't it? So it's pulling in more lower vibrational energies here. The idea is to run nicer ones. It takes time. You have to heal the fear first. It's like, obviously, those with a major religious belief system are going to shut out, let's call it demons. Hell, they might be demons, as far as we know. In their perception, they are. They could be the friendliest things in the world, too. So, once again, programming done well. So there's programming all through the world of negative entity aliens for the most part. Obviously, I think I mentioned this yesterday, I don't remember, but those that are here as ground crew, connecting more positive aliens, you're here for a reason. It'd be nice if there was more of you, but then again, it's hard enough just for them to be here, you know, just to put up with this world as it is. So it's glad you're here. They're definitely helping greatly of healing the manipulations, because there's the manipulations here. Once again, it's human consciousness is pulling in the negative alien energies, and yes, it is angelic too, but I believe it's mostly alien, because aliens are very connected to us. The animals, don't have to look far to find an animal that is an alien being. Our animal is all alien. All animal life is alien, or is connected, and we're alien too. But obviously, we have dark forces playing a trick on us until we're ready to end the show. And I believe we're coming to an end of it. As for when, I have no idea. But the possibility of connecting to more of these beings in a personal connection, a physical connection, is possible. Every time I think of alien disclosure, but I never see it. But I mean, I'm feeling like it's still a good energy to put out there, even if I see no results. There's different ways of going about it, you can say. It's like putting out a certain tune, a certain vibration, to break through humanity's old ways of life. Now, as government shut down, you never know. That can lead to other, aliens might not be the number one thing, but doesn't mean that they're not connected to it to a certain degree. Like I said, I think mostly humanity is pulling in mostly lower vibrational beings, especially when you hear about alien drama. I think that's mostly from a lower energy source. Of course, it all depends on how you look at it. Of course, there is always going to be some kind of drama, obviously. But there's some that feels not so right. The idea is to, open up our matrix for more positive connections. Because once again, even if the aliens aren't here in the physical, it does not mean they're not influencing us. I believe they are. There's positive ones, obviously, but the negative ones have the most, influence in society, how children are raised, things like that. I'm serious. It's like it's everywhere. Like Illuminati presence. People say that Illuminati does not exist. Then you look at Disney, then you look at mainstream media, it's everywhere. You look at the products that you buy, at least the mainstream products, and you might want to rethink that. They're not going to put their name like, hey, this is who we are. They technically do. They just don't use secret society names for, I guess there's no Skull and Bones toothpaste out there. But then again, those that go to Skull and Bones are connected to those companies. So it's on how you look at it. So it's kind of naive to think there are no Illuminati energies. Obviously, the other way of looking at Illuminati connections is that we brought them here, we put them there so we can figure ourselves out. Like, they're kind of babysitting us, kind of. It's like, here, can you guys take care of this while we beat the crap out of each other and figure out what the hell we're going to do with this world? It's another way of looking at it. So, like I said, I believe we can shut down the Illuminati, the dark ones, and bring in more light. But, how many are here to do that? I think they already do it to a certain degree. You keep up the manipulation, but they also shut down when they're ready. So, it's change hurts. It feels like we're going into that phase of letting go of the old manipulations. Now, when is that going to happen? It's different. It's either way. It feels, ever since this new year started, even before, I feel like there's a code to crack to bring in more of understanding of our alien friends. We still understand our dynamic of why it is the way we are. Obviously, we need to be through our tests, our contracts, but those contracts could have been changed We went into Purgatory for a reason, turned the world into a wasteland for many reasons. Welcome to the wasteland. We're testing other aliens, of course, to see how they are. It's like, you guys say you're nice and friendly. Well, we're about to find out how nice and friendly you really are. We're going to test you to hell. So, you gotta look at it different ways. So, a lot of these friendly beings became dark beings. And they're still here. Look at the world. Look at, is it safe to walk at night, in the middle of the night, like in New York City or Africa for that matter, in like South Africa, or for example Chicago, in the middle of the night? Can you just walk through there and not have a problem, not get attacked, not get, not feel any fear? Yeah. So we got a lot to go. There's a lot of layers of meaning. There's an alien story here that's part of our purgatory, and we're here to unlock it slowly. Yeah, you can't lock it too fast, but knowledge is key to changing the waves. And it's not, sometimes some of this stuff might not be what people want to hear, such as we have more negative alien beings here than positive ones. Not necessarily we don't have positive ones here, but when you have so many, like when you have religion, you have the media pulling in all these negative vibes, you're going to pull in dark vibrations. So kind of puts in the current purgatory. For the dark dimensions too, like the demonic realms, like you can heal those energies. And what do you see? Do you see like a positive Atlantis that's actually genuine? A positive fortress energies of knowledge, and we just put demonic energies around it to keep it hidden until we're ready to unravel it. See, it's just a manipulation. Demonic energies is just there until we're ready to unravel it, to release the fear. And then what do you see? Do you see paradise beyond the demonic realms? You can. Of course, if you want to connect to darkness, there's plenty of places for that. But if you want to bring in light and more higher dimensional knowledge, it can be done without fear. And of course, most of society, you're connecting to aliens, connected to angels, you're probably connected to demonic beings. So it's like the place is in a fear-mongering prison, basically. Not everybody, of course. But fear just means the soul is not ready. But doesn't. I mean, how long is the soul not going to be ready? It's like somebody has to take a chance. It's like, this isn't so bad. I'm not. There might be some dark stuff here and there, but I just so told to go away, and I feel just fine. So it's on your. We realize a lot of people, especially skeptics or whoever they are, that feel like they're part of the spiritual community, maybe infiltrating in some regard. Say they're this person, actually just end up being somebody else. Like Mr. Know-It-All, like there's a lawyer out there that thinks, I don't trust that one for anything. So it's just it can be done in an intellectual way. It's a spiritual connection that's maybe not understood by everyone. So it's a personal journey and someone to humanize it, and sometimes you can't humanize stuff like this. It's like beyond the human experience. So when you're in the human experience, you might not understand all of this. The human experience, yes, is great and everything, but there's also a higher dimensional connection to that. That's where it gets, you take all your belief systems and kind of throw it all out. And some aren't ready for that. They're ready, they're going from a human perspective. And going from a human perspective, because you have to kind of go higher than that to really see what's going on here. Not to say I'm seeing everything clearly, but that's where it's at. And so we're at the third dimension here to heal the third dimension, to become, it feels like a lot of humanity is waiting a lot too. Waiting for what? I'm not sure, but waiting for, not necessarily for alien visitation, just waiting for, I guess we'll find out. So I'm not sure if we'll find out anything, but we'll see. Let's see here. I'm not sure what I'm doing here. I think I got this set up. Alright, real quick for those that are new to all this, we have ivantor.com. We have private sessions throughout the week. I think I have Friday open. Because of work and everything, you have one head channel. Google Hangout, Zoom in channeling by phone. The shop, I'm at 7 days, but of course with the webinar, it's going to turn 8 days, but I'm the best I can for delivery, by week delivery, same situation here. We have other channelers and healers I do recommend. We have Social Network, and we have the Rabbit of Magnificence. And more is coming for the Rabbit, as I said, slowly. I just haven't been able to set anything up to put out there, so. Alright, for the Angel of the 12 Realms, that's all in, it's all in perspective. Some people feel that the higher dimensions are all perfect and everything. Yeah, part of it might be, but then again, if you have to connect to our realm, it is a little bit controversial, you can say. Meaning that there is kind of a war who comes into this world and who comes out. As you can see, leaving this world is not easy for some, because they don't know where the hell they're going to go. There's a lot of fear there. So, that's a war when you think about it. It shouldn't be that way. But it's healing the belief systems, which you can thank the religions for making all that confusing on purpose. Some of that's Anunnaki done, it's many different species. The idea is because they don't want you to leave here sooner than you have to. That just came through. Because this is kind of a quick world. It doesn't seem like that. It doesn't feel very fast, but actually it is. So it's, you know, like some people was at 30, some people even living at 70. It's actually a short life here because their time span is different. So it's actually not that long, but either way, yeah, because they want to make sure that souls here kind of finish themselves out, meaning they kind of get everything they can out of this place. So making you not want to leave to a certain degree, part of it because you don't know where you're going. Of course, a lot of souls want to leave because they're tired of this place at a different degree too. There's different levels of learning within the souls. Alright, this is Angel 12, one moment. There's different levels. Souls learn differently. Some learn through a lot of negativity, some learn through a lot of positivity. It all depends. Souls go into darkness for a reason. Some learn from a demonic beings better than they learn from a positive being. So, yeah, some like to go into the test themselves, to truly go into a dimension of themselves, that to truly test themselves in a way where they put themselves to the brink of death, suicide, whatever it might be, to find the treasure within themselves. So some beings that go into suicide are skipping that. But other souls went like, I want to die, but I know there's something to live for, but what the hell is it? Sometimes that brings you to another place, another person, where obviously it's very common. Alcoholism is linked to it too. Eventually that will end once the souls on this world makes a decision to let go of those experiences. Some are holding on to it. They're copying other souls. It's like a lot of souls here are copying other souls. Which makes sense, doesn't it? They kind of follow the crowd to a degree. Someone to be very famous through ego, or just be popular because they have had famous lifetimes in the past, and then they have lifetimes that aren't famous, and they feel very depressed and disconnected, which is very common. So they have a God complex because they know they were once regarded, you know, very popular, and now it's like you're just an everyday schmo. But the whole point of the everyday schmo is to know that you're all equal. Your bodies are equal. You know, hygiene is equal. The richest person in the world and the poorest person will have a lot in common. As you can see, body function wise is all the same. It's funny though, a lot of those in poverty have a more sexual lifespan than those of the rich, which is funny. It's just how it works here. So yes, you can find more within the people wonder why they're at a poor, poverty-stricken area, is because once again you're going within yourself. And going within is not easy because you're taught to go outside. finances, rich, famous, fancy cars, all of this. How many of those people go within? They go, not really. To go within oneself is almost heresy. When you go within, you find your spirit guides, you find your guides, you find your angels. You pray to your angels more, you pray to God more, because you need a miracle to get through to the next bill, to to pay this, to do that, for health reasons. You connect more spiritually. You see that more. When you have nothing, you connect more spiritually. When you have everything, or supposedly everything, financially, you become hollow. You go through relationships like they don't mean anything, and you're just... And a lot of people here that are connected to those energies have a lot of darkness around them here. They've been wealthy in lifetimes, and they're not able to let that go. So they get darker and darker and darker, because they don't have that wealth and excitement that they used to. Look at it differently. Now, it doesn't pertain to everyone, but there are those that do. We think about the richest man in the world. Now, if they're not humbled, they can become the poorest man in the world, yeah, in other lifetimes. Meaning they want this, that, go, get this. And that's why Bill Gates is he's going to hamburger stores and stuff. He's trying to stay humble. Yes, he might be full of himself at times. Nobody's perfect. But, he's trying to keep that humble side alive. Dressing normal and not all fancy. He's trying to, save his soul. Yes, he might be connected to a lot of things that are questionable. But that's not, we're not here to go into that at this time. But basically, the roles of humanity is to trust oneself, once again, when you have difficulty. So, when somebody says they're connecting to aliens or guides, and somebody says, oh, that's all demonic, there's no trust there. They're not trusting you, they're not trusting themselves, they easily shut down. The more you trust, just trust from within, your intentions of that you're going to connect to positive beings, and you will. If you do connect to a negative one as part of you want to learn from that, does not mean it's going to absorb you and take you over. Is knowledge there to be learned? Negativity has knowledge out there for you to understand. It's a buffet, as you can see, that some aren't understanding how to read it and understand it. Some let it absorb them, and they get pulled into it and become negative. And that's not how that's one way of learning, but another way is seeing what is causing it, what's bringing it out, what's creating it. Is the Anunnaki connect? Because once again, a lot of Anunnaki used to a lot of power. They come here, they connect to negativity because they connect to negativity. Some do because they can control other people. So why some people are getting attacked by negative entities is if you feel an attack from somebody, because they're out. These people, some of them, are just, they want to control others. So they have this negativity around them. It's insecurity that brings that in. It's different reasons for it. You'd be surprised how much insecurity can bring in dark entities, attach themselves, and attack somebody else. It's like, I'm right, you're wrong, even if that person's wrong. In the spiritual community, that can be the same thing. It's like, my belief systems, this is how it is, and everyone else is wrong. That's not right. So, trying to bring, and sometimes it works. Sometimes it does get people to pull them in. Mind control is among the spiritual communities, and of course, mind control is all through all kinds of things, as you can see. So sometimes the down and dirty, it's as a spiritual person, being ugly, unattractive is sometimes the best thing you can ever do. Of course, you're always beautiful, but sometimes just showing the imperfections is key to showing truthfulness. Like you say a bad word, whatever it might be, it's like you're showing yourself, I'm human, I'm not perfect. Not to say you're trying not to be perfect, but not to try and prove yourself, but not everyone has exercise regime set up, the best food intake, etc., etc. And so, but some do have false tendencies of, oh, I'm just your everyday person, but actually they're manipulating others. There's a lot of areas around that that can be understood too. So there's a lot of deception out there within spiritual growth, of course. It's a belief system. Like some of the aliens here that get channeled on this planet, and that's right here. Some of the aliens feel like humans aren't ready, so they kind of slow down the process. Or they'll pull out the alien story, the galactic stories, but not really. Healing is very slow or does not exist. The fear might persist. So people want real results on this planet. You can have it, but you have to understand your spiritual self. It helps. No fear. No fear. Fear is number one. Because whenever people are scared of a ship flying, fear, once again. All comes down to that. I mean, yes, you can listen to alien stories all you want. That's fine. But realize there's also agendas there to slow down the process. Healing fear. You want your key to connecting to your aliens. It's healing the fear. It's number one. Some might talk about it, channel them, but do you really want a Zeta just appear out of nowhere? It can happen. Your consciousness can change. The human consciousness around the planet can shift. It's just, you have to put that ideas of change as disclosure is one of them. Because it's unwrapping your world. Because they have put a wrapper around your world. We don't know what the hell you came from, whose ass you came out of, etc. Is because humanity is afraid to look. Now, not everyone's afraid. Zachariah Sitchin was not afraid to look, to give you an example. So he was given higher knowledge of the Anunnaki. Is it perfect? No, but it doesn't matter. See, you're unraveling humanity. The West of fear, and many out there are not afraid, of course, but the majority is, as you can see, because this isn't on your regular television connected to your spirit guides talking about when the aliens going to appear. We're going to bring the aliens in. We're not afraid. You don't see this on your everyday news, now do you? Doesn't mean it won't occur, because the alien knowledge, the consciousness, the earth consciousness of human consciousness. Even that, they know they want change, but they're kind of reluctant to go into that direction. Does not mean they won't open the door. Many of you want a loving connection with this. You don't want a negative, but sometimes you have to let out the negative to bring in the light. And throwing out the fear is negative disclosure of worry, of fear of the aliens. And that comes down to your black projects. There's energies there that can be revealed. Meaning that there are those government that are listening right now. Oh, I don't doubt it. On the secret YouTube channel or YouTube link are hearing this right, definitely. CIA, FBI, etc., shadow government 101. Keep yourself secretive, but it's like these energies can be made public, definitely. Once again, fear is done well through movies, but humanity was afraid at the time. Doesn't mean it's going to last forever. But once again, a fear energy needs to be released. It needs to truly let go. And how do you do this? Knowing that there's nothing to be afraid of, but also what is causing these demonic energies of blockages for disclosure. It's like how many humans here have problems of self-image, seeing themselves, being in crowds, talking in public, talking to friends in a group. There's a lot of trouble there. So when you have an alien being here appear, makes things 10 times worse. Now it has to look good for the alien being. for example. There's much more to it than that. But basically, the aliens feel the same way to humans, meaning they're terrified of humans. Quite a few of them are. Even though no matter how advanced they are, they know how humanity is very tricky. As you can see, humanity is very good at turning things around. You can take a positive and make it a negative. Look what they did to Mr. Rogers when he was passing over. Stan Lee, for example, tore him apart after his death. For example. But yet those that are very dark, like Hillary Clinton, is seen as a god. You'd be surprised. Still look pretty good. For example. Not to judge, of course. But it's like humanity is good at... There's a lot of forces here at work. Demonic energies, possibly. There's different forces. It's basically most of the human consciousness afraid to see itself. And not making it easy for an alien to connect to this world, as you can see. Yes, they can fly on their ships, but notice they're pretty out in the distance. For good reason. Now, some do have experiences with humans here and there, yes, but those are isolated situations, and very few. But yes, the environment of having them appear here in public is what the humanity has to cool down their own manipulations. The reason we are bringing this up is like you feel the tentacles of humans of, yes, kindness, but also when you bring an alien into it, attack begins. Energy attacks that you don't see, but psychic attacks hit the alien beings pretty hard, and these are the nice ones. And of course the negative ones are laughing their asses off. So wonder why there's no physical environment is because, once again, the astral experiences. Now, how do you heal something like this? It does take time. Yes, there's a lot of trickery here. There's a lot of, as humanity here is always kind of beating itself to death in different ways. On different levels, it is not the kindness to itself. It has a lot to do with, yes, it does go back to the dinosaurs too, because they weren't treated all that well. As you can see, they're not here. And a lot of alien beings like to do the same thing to humanity, to some degree. Release it from this world. So they can't release humans from the world, so they're going to make life hell. So, but also some of the humans are falling for it, as you can see. It's a long story there. But once again, Atlantean knowledge that is built within society can be resurrected once it comes into telepathy and psychic abilities. The psychic awakening is upon and getting stronger. As many are just, yes, dull, feeling that reality is dull and awakening. The psychic abilities within will help to see these forces that are causing difficulties and move you to the next dimensions. It takes time. As yes, many are opening themselves up. They're not always seeing everything. There's blockages here and there. But some have different senses. But yes, there are tentacles of manipulation everywhere. And you are learning how to defend yourselves even better. So defending yourself from dark forces will also enhance your abilities and make you stronger here, slowly. Yes, the forces here was rather just humanity just stay in its isolated state of just humans on this world, and you just go on your everyday madness. But obviously many here are just like, it's coming to an end. It's like, it's time to heal. It just takes time. Feeling manipulations, what's going on with the government. It's like love is needed for the governments to heal their the drama and bring more just love to society. Society just wants to take care of their families, and even those that abuse the government energies, finances, they just want to live their life too, not to judge. Everyone wants to live a better life, basically. Is that what it comes down to? You want to have freedom, and that does not mean it's not going to happen. It takes time to basically warn the current reality, though, to go into the next level, is to see what you don't want to see sometimes. To open what you don't always, meaning that the alien beings here that are causing difficulties, many of you can cause so much frustration for them that will make themselves known to you. And some of you have already experienced that. That isn't a disclosure, but eventually they'll be seen here in your physical realm, as you basically send them forgiveness for what they have done. So, and the humans here that have many humans here have a relationship with these dark beings. I don't even realize it. They're connected to their ways. So it is a family affair on a spiritual level. It's shut down because they want to continue it. Many of you are unraveling the spirit realms and opening up and seeing humanity is actually already been connected to aliens forever. And it's just not seen physically. But as you open yourselves up more, you'll see it. The relationship between aliens and humans will go on forever. It's just done on a higher level. Unseen. Like those go to Walmart and just feel like, oh, we're just normal folks. Not always. Some of them are connected to galactic beings. They go to their worlds astrally and they're living the good life somewhere else. Here they're just, it's a trade-off. It's like, I'll let you rule my life here. Astrally I can go to your world and live the good life. I know that sounds strange. But when you once again go astrally, you're letting go of this third dimension. Yes, remember, many don't understand their spiritual world as it is. It's like many humans come here and they kind of go into the robot way of life. Get up, go to work. It's like they're unseen. It's like, yes, there's a crowd of you that do the same thing over and over again. So, but spiritually, it's a different situation. There are alien connections there. Some with negative beings. Whatever it might be, there's different ways of looking at it. But basically, it's done at a higher level why these things are happening. CEOs on this world just want power over the people. Power. Just, that's all. Even if it's for a couple of days, it's better than nothing. It's some of that's Anunnaki, some of that's Palladian, it's a little bit of everything. So once again, it's like they can't believe they got away with it, manipulating society. It's like a game. Is this world a game? Not really. It might seem like one, but it is actually a complicated vortex of different energies. Once again, yes, you have to rise above the third dimension to see this. It's not an easy see either, because you're not told to look at it, the world this way. It's like some relationship beings here, they come here as human, they incarnate as human, but astrally they have a whole nother life somewhere else. And basically an alien being basically has sucked their life here of negativity, whatever it might be. It's like the alien encounter is here spiritually, and to unravel it is not an easy one, because many don't want to see it. They don't want. It's like the party is on, it's been going on forever, and it's not seen. So who's here to talk about it? You wonder why the world is the way it is. It's because it is, yes, at a different level, not always easy to come into the mind of why it's the way it is. It's very, yes, strange, and yes, above many pay grade levels of understanding. Yes, you have to upgrade from the human experience to understand it. Look at it from your own intuition, energies. Why some people come here and come in a zombie state? Because it was an easy incarnation to come here and be like everyone else. Why astrally they are having a blast. They kind of sold their souls. Give you an understanding. They sold their souls to other alien beings so the alien being can manipulate them here. But astrally they're living a good life. Look at it differently. Yes, it's just a glimpse This is a little bit overwhelming for some to connect with, but think about it. Why so many souls do the same thing every single day? Now, many of you don't want that, but the majority does it because they feel like that's the way it is. Well, some of them made contracts to make them think that, to continue that manipulation. The manipulation is programmed to think that, but actually it's technically an alien possession. For some, not all. You want to see alien possession of negativity? Look at your religions. And many of them are contracted with negativity. How to unlock this is, yes, looking at it from a higher perspective. Not the easiest to see. It's not easy to see for a reason. Complicated, yes, your world's complicated. There's many things here, and yes, your demonic worlds, demonic beings sometimes, not all of them, some of them are trying to get your attention of what's going on. It's like, why did you sell your soul out to this alien being, whoever it might be? So you have to look at things a little bit differently. Unlocking your planet, yes, some will call it a crazy way of thinking, but once again, that is what they sold themselves into, that type of programming, to keep themselves part of that manipulation. When you think about it, it all fits together. It is, yes, a vicious cycle this world is chosen. But you are here to unlock the prison. But the combination is not so easy to unravel. But when you think about it, it all makes sense. Every individual is differently. Not everyone's connected to a lower energy being, but many are. So, blessings to you. This is, yes, quite heavy, but it's something that needs to be heard. Blessings. Weather. Alright, blessings. Yeah, that was pretty heavy. That was... yeah, I think that was a bit more than I can handle. So, alright, take care, everyone.